There's no reason to count down every time, Jenner. Come on.
I wanted you guys to know, hey guys, it's Piccolo Day!
Happy Piccolo Day.
I hope he doesn't destroy my city, but if he does, you know why I go missing partway through this.
Oh, I forgot
Hail
to post in the
Piccolo.
thread. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Red
Hail
Master,
Satan.
post in the
But
thread.
not
Hail
Mr.
Satan.
Satan. They're different.
But
Right.
also, hail Satan, Mr. Satan.
Make sure you preface the post by saying I have more horrific and terrible news for you all.
Got it. Unless Jenner's already on it.
I can't. I'm streaming. I don't want people to
Okay.
see.
Oh, I'll do it then. This is
I can get it. Oh, actually, not. Yeah, you
It's your mistake.
never post.
This is my terrible idea that hopefully will last 2 sessions.
The best idea that's gonna
We-
last more than 2 sessions.
Just by the nature of this setting, nothing, absolutely nothing, can last 2 sessions.
I can do
So, as some of you may have gathered from my character during the last Fate campaign, I am a Dragon Ball nerd. And we as a group agreed that the Fate mechanics would work well in the Dragon Ball setting, so I decided to go through with that idea. So here we are, we're playing Dragon Ball in Fate. We'll see how this goes.
It's Dragon Ball Gaiden. Also, could possibly be named Dragon Ball Gaiden Tail if you wanted to. Just a suggestion.
I thought it was Dragon Ball Z Gaiden Tail.
No, they dropped the Z for Gaiden Tail.
But this is specifically set.
There will be no stepping into the Grand Tour in my game.
Ah, come on. We could be the good GT. It's a low bar, sure, but like, you could go
That's
for
how
it.
we want to go over, though.
Oh, God.
So when in the timeline does this happen?
So this is occurring at the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z. This is happening the same day Raditz attacks. Quote-unquote attacks. Raditz arrives.
Raditz arrives, terrorizes a farmer, and destroys his Chevy.
Successfully fights one person.
Stone Cold murders a farmer.
Now the setup for this is at the end of Dragon Ball, the World Martial Arts Tournament stage was completely destroyed. There was an effort to rebuild it, and this is a sort of fundraising tournament to gather enough money to pay off this new stage.
So we're basically jobbers for the real fighters. We're bringing in enough viewers to pay enough to actually have the nice place.
Right. Not quite jobbers, that's a very specific thing, but you're definitely B team.
We're no names that just showed up and say, "Hey, can you fight?" Yeah, sure, whatever.
Wait till you see the ringer they brought in for star power. Think about like this is the star and this is who they got. So anyways,
Oh, I
let's,
know who it is
go
already. I'm
through.
excited.
I hope he wins.
Let's go through your characters, talk about who your character is and why they're here at the tournament. Who wants to go first?
I went last time, so I'll go first this time.
Okay.
I am Scooby-Boo. I'm not going to be doing a Scooby-Doo or a Majin Buu voice because I can't really do either for any length of time. But Scooby-Boo is a Majin who shouldn't be here canonically just yet, but he doesn't really do anything other than get high and maybe half-heartedly try to take over the world because it's expected of him, I guess. He did this in the most roundabout way possible by assuming the form of a dog because there's a dog that's already the president of the world, I guess. So,
Good old King Furry.
and so
The flaws in this plan would be even more apparent if the president was a human.
yeah, he heard that there was a fight, and so he went to the table, and they looked at him funny, and he said, "I want to fight." And he said, "Okay, just sign here, whatever." And then he just tried to pick up the pen for like 5 minutes straight, but he doesn't. So he had to do a really scary thing where he, in front of the person running the table, morphed his paw into a hand with cute, horrible bone-crunching noises, and picked up the pen and signed it as Scooby-Boo, and then walked away without reforming his paw. So he just has one human hand right now. He'll remember eventually, but
Oh God.
That's horrifying.
he's a Boo. He does what he wants.
So let's clear out Scooby-Boo for now. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. Alright, so Scooby-Doo is already canon to this universe now, but also the Striders are canon to this universe. So we've got Strider Yora. When she was younger, her village was attacked by the Red Ribbon Army. And so since that day, she's trained tirelessly as a Strider, which is basically just a ninja, but like not really stealthy ninjas, if you know what Strider is.
Just really aggressive kill you ninjas.
Yeah. So,
Also, did she train so hard that the news that something happened to the Red Ribbon Army base didn't get to her?
oh, believe me, like she's not really doing this as an act of vengeance. Really, just like, hey, there's evil in the world. I should take care of it. That being said, she's well versed in like the known lore of what happened in the Dragon Ball series, which, from what I looked over from wiki pages, isn't really that much if you're not Goku.
The only things that carry over are Beans, Goku, and I guess a few other people that don't do much anyway.
Some guy named Goku just kept cropping up, and God, nobody can really understand what happened afterwards at any point.
Maybe he had a kid. I don't know.
All right, and that's just about it, since we're not describing aspects and whatnot just yet.
I would say real quick, remind me what exactly is her character's relation to the Red Ribbon Army?
Oh, she was just attacked by them at one point. There's Dragon Ball.
Victim. Her relationship is victim.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm sure you said something about that, but I kind of...
She's just one of the many people who want revenge on the Red Ribbon Army.
It was too late.
Everyone was too late.
Wait.
Some horrible child on a cloud came by.
Because you were too late, do you also want revenge on Son Goku?
No.
Just trying to make sure it was him that did it.
I don't know how a Goku works, but God, I'm terrified to find out.
You don't want to think too hard about Goku. He obviously doesn't.
All right, so who's next?
I guess I will go next. So, in the distant non-canon future, extremely canon non-canon future, Trunks' daughter, Panties, or just Pandy, please, has traveled back in time to this place at this time for this competition, because in the future, the person who started this competition embezzled the money and used that money to make Donald Trump president, and she's trying to stop it.
Donald Trump as a furry.
Yes.
Oh.
Campaign's canceled.
Let's not go down that path any further.
No.
The
but
one good
seriously,
thing about GT is that it confirms that King Furry is still the ruler all the way in the future. And then he dies, and then the news station blows up as well.
No, to make some stupid character that I don't know enough about the thing. It's like make Hercule president, basically.
Excuse me, you mean Mr. Satan, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Satan is good. How dare you?
Hercule Satan.
So somebody embezzles the money from this thing to make Hercule president, and Hercule is this really incompetent, terrible, awful, no good, horrible president, and ruins everything.
And he never dates Majin Buu?
And he never dates Majin Buu in that future. So
Oh no!
That's why everything goes wrong.
You found the darkest timeline.
So she has to set it right.
So
That's why
after
she's
this,
there.
do you have to go set up Mr. Satan on a date with Majin Buu?
Yes. That
That's
would
gonna
be
take a while,
complicated
'cause
relationship.
that will be a
That's
thing. That will be a thing that.
Chronologically, that's what, 13, 14 years in the future from here?
This is a long-running plan.
And
Gotta start
also
the
your
stuff
dad doesn't know
early.
you stole the time machine.
No, Grandma made a second one.
That seems like something Belma would do, yeah.
But see what she
Even
did.
even if the gods told her not to, she did anyways.
Yep.
So she's here. She's here to stop Hercule from becoming president. And to do that,
The most noble goal.
her goal is to win this competition and then steal the money and go back to the future with that money.
So really, winning isn't even really required.
But she's Trunks' daughter, so winning is required for her huge ego. Anyway, that's my character, Panty
That
Breeze.
sounds something like a quarter Saiyan would do.
She's half Saiyan. Her fathers are Trunks and Goten.
Don't ask.
See, this is why it has to be a different future from the canon future Trunks, because Goten doesn't exist in that timeline.
I'm
Right.
so confused already. This is great. I've only had one beer.
Your turn, Jeff.
And
All right, I'm
to
playing an
close us
android.
out,
I'm literally just playing 2B from Nier Automata.
I thought you were gonna play 21.
I changed my mind.
Oh.
she had to play as the different android waifu.
So which number are you? Oh, 2B.
She's just
2B.
2B. Listen, time's weird in the Nier universe. Okay, don't worry about it.
We already established that Utna is set in the Drakengard universe. So I can't.
Considering that we established that Scooby-Doo is canon within the Dragon Ball universe, and the long chain of inferences we can make from that, Nier is probably also canon.
Somehow.
Anyway, she's
We'll
an
make
android
it
from the
work.
moon, and she's here to fight. So I need to know.
Oh,
Nier uses alternate timelines, so yeah.
The moon has not been destroyed yet in this. Okay, Pixar
Yeah,
has to do that for like
that's
maybe
gonna be
like
a
6 months or something.
It's a week from now.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
like
she
it's
gonna
destroyed
blow
it.
up.
Yeah, like a week from now. You're right.
It's only been back for like 3 years.
What is
Since
level
Tommy brought it
4?
back, because Roshi destroyed it during the 21st World Martial Arts
right,
Tournament.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
man, the time
When the moon was restored, they also put the androids back. So you're not a Jiro android, you're a separate android.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil too much from Nier, but that shit's
All right.
wild.
Is your name actually 2B? Like, are you actually 2B?
And
Don't
do
worry
you
about
wear a trucker hat?
No. How dare you?
But I like the trucker hat he wears.
And did you fight Monster Carrot?
God. All
Welcome
right.
to Deep Cut.
That's the oh man. Oh,
I'm here for the
mercy.
deep cuts.
I don't even get that cut.
There's a
Don't fucking
random-
explain
Oh,
it.
come on. It'll
Fine.
still be just as
Because I
confusing.
can't stop you. Go for it.
In the first season of Dragon Ball, there's there's a rabbit who turns people into carrots.
And eats them?
Not really.
Just carrots.
Yep.
That's question
And
asked, question
eventually,
answered.
he gets banished to the moon, and later the moon blows up. So he probably died then, when Roshi blew it up later.
Was Roshi on a drunken bender when he did that?
No, he blew
No,
up the moon
Goku turned
because
into a
Roshi
giant
turned
ape, and Roshi
Yeah.
had to stop him.
He realized that the moon didn't do it.
So instead of murdering Goku, he blew up the moon, which clearly resulted in less death, I'm sure.
And then they cut off his tail, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
Dragon Games, I can't possibly explain.
No,
right,
when his
hey,
episode
hey,
on,
hey,
he
hey,
stopped being
hey,
transformed.
Hey. We should play the game.
What
We
game?
are.
What are you talking about?
This is a game. This
Dragon
is-
Ball podcast.
Yeah, we're just doing a podcast. I don't give a shit. Every second further I get in.
Do you see how popular All Systems Goku is? We gotta get up on that train.
I watched
Gosh.
Dragon Ball once.
I
Alright.
haven't watched anything but the abridged series.
I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z in like 10 years, and I don't remember much of anything, so.
Through the fires of time, they've waited patiently. When all seven balls you find, the dragon is set free. Rising, mesmerizing, unbridled ecstasy. Radiant and shining, hidden somewhere in a field. Luminous and blinding, with your desires revealed.
The Remedial tournament begins. 8 finalists emerge.
Well, it's time to start the preliminaries, I guess.
That's pretty cool. You could also say Mondo cool.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Alright.
Oh, hey! What a motley crew of characters. And Yamcha.
So the way we're doing preliminaries, because I'll explain this for people who don't memorize every single aspect of Dragon Ball.
Why can't you do
Is-
it in the announcer's voice? Wouldn't they be explaining it to
I'm
us?
sorry, you think I can do the announcer's voice? So the way the preliminaries work is there is just a elimination style bracket, and the split up into 8 sections, and the winner from each section moves on to the finals. We're going to assume that you 4 are in separate sections, and the 4 people I plan to move on to the finals are also in separate sections. So instead of having you all roll to get to the finals, I'm just going to have you describe as many fights as you want from your preliminary bracket. But we're going to do this alternating. So one of you is going to describe your character, and then I'm going to describe one of my finalists getting through. Actually, I will go first just to set up the idea of how I'm playing this work. So first up is going to be the star, the returning finalist, Yamcha. I don't think he has a last name.
Yamcha. But what's his title? Doesn't he have a title?
Yamcha the Wolf Bandit. So his preliminary fight, he, as tends to happen in Dragon Ball, is up against someone that looks way tougher and is completely sure of himself. His opponent is bragging, saying like, "Oh, how weakling like you get into this competition."
Look
Oh,
at
I
the
know
beauty
you.
man! I could pick my teeth with you, you're so thin.
And your hair is so pointy.
And your face looks stupid.
I'm very big. I'm the best, therefore.
Big is strength.
I have trained in big.
I put all my points in big.
God damn it. Partway through all of these verbal assaults, Yamcha sprints across the length of the arena, grabs the man, and then hurls him back across the length of the arena.
Oh no, my hubris.
Yamcha then goes sits in the corner for a
Get
nap
on
while
your
he waits
phone.
for his next.
I can't believe
Turn the sound
Yamcha
up.
just basically in less than a minute ended his first match, which probably didn't go over well with the fans if they were looking for something exciting.
Well, nobody gets to see the preliminaries.
Oh, okay.
The finals are the spectators' sport. This is the cutting the wheat from the
It's where
chaff.
they weed out the chaff.
If everyone else weren't busy with Raditz, there'd be somebody trying to sneak a peek at this.
You mean
Yes, everybody's so busy with Raditz.
like everybody? You mean Piccolo, Goku, and
Krillin, Bulma,
Mostly just,
Roshi. I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly where every character is at.
and the turtle.
And the turtle.
And the turtle.
The turtle had a higher power source than Master Roshi, I think.
What?
At some point.
Why isn't the turtle in the tournament?
The turtle.
Because they didn't take a minute, okay?
Power levels are bullshit.
It's a minor tournament. Goku doesn't know about it. I'll let you teach you.
We already
King
fought
is
a
like the
turtle.
strongest character for most of Dragon Ball.
We already fought a turtle in one of our games.
Anyway.
We've got our turtle. We've got our turtle.
Who wants to
in base.
describe their preliminary fights?
I want to describe my fights second because I have a joke I want to make.
Alright.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right, who's my enemy? Let's build this enemy together.
Gunsman,
Weapons are not allowed at the martial arts tournament.
which is why he's very surprised and feeling really naked right now.
He was immediately disqualified.
He has taped bullets to his knuckles in the hopes that it will work as knuckle dusters.
Can't do that either.
It's still a weapon.
Mods.
This is the like better
Body
there.
mods!
I'm sorry, we're describing someone who's not even gonna get to fight.
Yeah, 2B just gets it on a buy.
No, let's let Jeff fight a character.
Also, no weapons?
Let's say-
Does not Goku use a stick?
Not in the
Not in the
tournament.
tournament.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, let's say your opponent is. How about we just go with a Bruce Lee clone? But he's 10 feet tall.
His name's Kenshiro. Different
Okay.
All right, so here's what happens. Kenshiro here, he tried to use the those moves that make like
Your head and your heart exploding shit.
You mean
But
the
says
100 cactus of the North Star?
Yes, but 2B is an android and does not have organs. It does not work.
And he's very surprised at this.
And she just pushed him off as he's like, oh.
What's this metal skin? Where are the pressure points?
It's gonna take an entire episode to figure this one out, Kenshiro.
God.
Too bad he lost his chance. Get out of here.
In the distance, you can hear him wailing. Okay, so now we've established Fifth of the North Star as canon in Dragon Ball, so...
Stop! We're hitting a singularity.
An anime singularity.
Eventually, we'll be able to prove Goku real. He's real and my friend.
He's strong and he is real and he's my friend.
So the next finalist up is Gato with his metal joints.
Beat him up and earn 15 silver points.
I was waiting for someone.
So, his opponent is not quite as cocksure as the other opponents have been so far. He's trying to be very methodical. And as he's slowly approaching Gato, who he is sure is not quick at all, Gato takes a quick step forward while spinning around and knocks the man out of the arena.
oh the whirlwind attack.
Very
Like his torso spins around while his feet do not. So it's a whirlwind punch. So
All right,
that was
all right.
quick.
So,
Who next?
Panty. Yes. Panty time. That's her, thank you.
Her catchphrase.
Pretty sure there already was a panty in Dragon Ball, actually.
Shush.
Probably.
Was there? Fuck. I'm gonna look this up, I guess.
What was Bulma's mom's name?
Mrs.
Panty, I
Briefs.
guess. Mrs. Briefs.
Just Mrs. Briefs?
Alright, so Pandy starts out by doing a lot of flexing and posing because she watched a lot of Ginny Force VHSs in the future. Because in the future, they have VHS. It's very
Oh,
important.
no, Bulma's mom is named Panchi. It's just spelled weird.
Really?
Yeah, I
I just looked
just
it
looked it up as well. It's Panchi.
As this opponent comes to fight Pandy just flexes and absorbs the hits. She just sits there and like lets this person hit her for a while and doesn't even really get hurt. She just continues to stand there with her arms folded like, huh, is this the challenge that you brought before me? This is nothing. And eventually she just picks the person up and puts them outside the ring and walks away like scornfully. But then later on, when somebody else is fighting in the same ring, she'll attack him with a fold-out chair because she's a heel.
Just like Granddaddy Vegeta would have wanted.
I don't know, that sounds like the coward's way out.
So yes, remember that she can attack with fold-out chair. Also, they took her sword because apparently weapons aren't allowed.
It took like a 30-minute. It was a 30-minute session of trying to get the sword away. There were like 10 armed guards around her.
She still was not. She's not that worried about it. She didn't even go Super Saiyan to throw this guy out the ring. She's just normal.
We don't know about Super Saiyan yet. That doesn't happen until...
Well, she's from the
Long time.
future.
Casey
so
would know,
it's fine.
but she can't do it yet.
Yeah.
For balance reasons, please don't.
Also, she's not pure heart, definitely.
What are you talking about? Panty is very pure of heart.
Mm-hmm.
She has several pure hearts in her collection.
That's horrifying.
Just like Granddaddy Vegeta would have wanted.
That's right. All right. So that's my match. I'm gonna go stand over here by this hot android lady. Androids destroy a future.
That
of
reminds
mine.
me. After we do this, I will have a point where if anybody wants to like move around in the timeline and have their character create advantages while other characters are fighting, however they want, I'll let them do that. But let's just have a quick. Let's get through the description of the fights. So the next finalist to fight is Ranfan.
Is this a Toriyama character?
Yes, this was one of the finalists in the 21st martial arts tournament. For Ranfan's fight, her opponent is a very burly, strong-looking guy. He rushes at her. She drops down, holds up her arms, cries a little bit, and flinches as in order to take the punch. The man slows down, looks over her, is like, are you okay? Are you supposed to be here for a fight? And she grabs his arm and throws him out of the arena.
While crying still, or does she stop?
She stops. She smirks before she throws him out of the arena.
Ah, trickery.
Dirty tricks.
Extremely powerful.
Then she puts her arms above her head, or behind her head, and then leans against the wall, looking cool.
Oh, she's shingled.
The weird thing is she's not standing next to a wall when she does it, which is amazing.
Yeah, the animators forgot to draw a wall behind her. We're having the B team do this episode.
It looks like Scooby-Boo is up next. Scooby-Boo, like, sits down in the arena and yawns hugely and just kind of stares at his opponent.
Who is the opponent?
A ghost knight.
Okay, sure.
Just stares
How
him
do you
down.
kill what is already dead?
Well, killing's not allowed in this tournament, so everyone who fights Ghost Knight loses automatically.
And I mean, clearly, it's just Mr. Jenkins anyway.
And like whatever his opponent throws at him just doesn't seem to land, as Scooby-Doo just sort of morphs his body around the blows. It's really creepy when someone throws a punch at your face and your face splits in two, so the punch goes in between.
Oh, cool. He's like that Terminator from the good Terminator movie.
Yeah.
The T-1000.
And
The
he sort of,
T-1000.
after a while, Scooby-Doo gets bored. It's like, all right, that's enough, and just sort of morphs up and around and over and falls on top of his opponent and pins them until they just forfeit or give up.
Oh,
I
hey,
would've
somebody
won
won
the
without
world.
ring outs.
I
Finally.
would have won the world tournament too if it wasn't for you, lousy dog.
Hey, whatever. Oh, that was easy.
And then he gets hauled off to jail for some reason.
These
Alright.
last two guys look extremely normal and not at all suspicious or menacing.
Ignore the dark aura on their hog.
That doesn't mean anything.
So the next finalist, Sancho, his fight looks like a legitimate wrestling fight. There's a lot of grappling, and he wins by pinning his opponent. Meanwhile, as he's winning, he hears a sharp whistle and looks around to see his friend Ginger. Wait, this is Nikki. No, wait, this is Ginger. God damn it. Ginger suddenly pulls a sword out of his arm. There's
Gross.
a sharp whistle as he's disqualified, and he says, wait, no, what are you talking about? This is a part of my body. And then there's a bunch of referees. They're all crowded around him. They're arguing about the rules.
Well,
Like,
nothing in
no,
the rules
he pulled
says
it out
you
of
can't
his
use
body,
a-
but it's not a part of his body. We can't just, he smuggled a knife in. We can't just let him use a knife. That's insane.
But we set precedent by letting a dog in, and nothing in the rules says a dog can't fight in the World Martial Arts Tournament.
But there are rules saying you can't use weapons. Meanwhile,
Airbo
this
is
character,
fine, but this isn't.
Mickey, is slowly trying to shuffle his way towards a restroom or a back room, and then he trips and two swords fall out of his arms as well. Like brushes dust off his chest and goes, I'll just see myself out.
I was carrying them for my cousin. They're my cousin swords.
He wouldn't have passed the drug test anyway. He's got a lot of alcohol
The
in him.
test came back swords.
So
The test came back
these
apples. It's really weird.
So these two have been disqualified, and I can't drag them off the map, so they deleted.
You can just
I
move
pick
them
up
to
the
the
Yeah.
swords and they dematerialize.
Send him to the GM dimension.
I
Nobody
could
Oh,
have,
no,
but
Garlic Jr.'s there.
GM Zone. That's the real name of the movie.
game layer now. Same effect because they're not going to touch at the end for the preliminaries. So finally, Strider Yora, who stands at the other end of the arena from everyone else.
Because that's just how badass they are.
All right, so who's she fighting?
Oh, I already spent the Bruce Lee clone.
Snake Man.
It's a guy, but he's also a snake. He's a snake guy. He has no legs.
He's
Alright,
named
so-
Dogman.
Dogman slithers towards Yora while barking menacingly. But Yora just sits cross-leggedly and just looks at him, annoyed. And in one moment, she's on one end of the arena, and the next moment, she's on the other end, and Dogman just goes flying out of the arena, and he gets wrung out.
An after image. Well, that's
Nice
something we should
moves.
probably do for each of our characters. Is while another character is fighting, we need to have reaction noises to everything they do.
Ooh. Panty doesn't actually react to anything. She's just like
Neither
she's
does Scooby-Doo,
she's seen
so-
all this before.
And
Yeah, literally,
Scooby-Doo
on the
is
TV.
stoned out of his mind.
Surprise! We're advertising ourselves. So, you want to watch these live? Of course you do. Well, you can tune in to twitch.tv/Batalisk to do that. We stream every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want to check out the VODs to get caught up before these take a million years to come out, by which I mean a week, you can head on down to lp.zone, and you can find our thread We Stream Games under, well, streams. That should be fairly self-explanatory, but hey, maybe you need the direction, I don't know. As for music, well, there's a whole lot of it. It can all be found under the Dragon Ball soundtrack, except the next episode preview theme that you haven't heard yet, but it'll be there. That's from Dragon Ball Z, 'cause I couldn't find one for original Dragon Ball. But also special mention to the main theme, which is Mystical Adventure, and the credits theme, Romantic Ageru Yo. I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, that's pretty much it though, so yeah, back to the episode, I guess. I hope you enjoyed being advertised to about this thing that you're listening to at this moment.
So we're up to the finals
So-
now.
Well, we've established who's going to win the preliminaries, but does anybody want to have like interactions? Does anybody want to create advantages somehow?
Do we know who we're going to be up against in the first round of finals?
No, that's determined by lots, by which I mean I will throw you in predetermined lots.
I want to
Oh,
set up an advantage
God.
by just freaking everyone the hell out because I'm a weird alien body thing. I don't leave the arena when I finish my fight normally. I melt into a puddle and just slough my way around off the arena and over into like the waiting area, and then reform back into Scooby-Boo form.
The laziest mode of transportation.
It's not lazy; it's efficiency. I'm going to call that. Would that
That sounds
be
flashy to me.
That sounds flashy to me as well.
All right. Well, you have a lot of seasoned fighters here, so not everyone's going to be upset, especially these finalists. So I would give that a 2 difficulty. So you don't succeed with style, but you do succeed. So that's a single use, free use of an advantage. Or what is this creature I'll have as the advantage?
I would like to try and create an advantage. I'm going to take that chair that I used to beat somebody over the head with earlier in a heelish way. But it was like a fun, wasn't in a real match. It was like in exhibition match that they had like in between while people were warming up. Because I don't want to get disqualified for like interfering
Yeah,
with other
chair's
people's-
weapon.
Yeah. Well,
So it was raw, you mean?
Yes, it was raw. So she's gonna take that chair and she's gonna crunch it up into a ball. And then she's gonna throw it in the air and she's gonna like do a spin kick.
Eat it.
No, and kick it into the doorway here as if scoring a goal.
And that's an advantage?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get the crowd behind me. I want to become the crowd favorite.
There's no crowd here. This is just the prelims. There's no audience.
Yeah, nobody sees the prelims, but how could I?
They just
I don't
know.
want to like prevent you from making an advantage. So
You probably intimidate the hell out of some other people, though.
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess.
but that's the same thing you did. So well, no, I want you to have I want this to be a different kind of advantage.
Okay.
You can just like do this out in front of the audience.
Yeah, she'll
They won't
step out
stop you.
into the audience and do it, and to get the crowd behind her, and like who panty, get them chanting. This is, I'm gonna say that this is either flashy or forceful.
Flashy.
Okay.
You're
Alright.
doing like
You're showing off.
yeah. I'll also have that as a difficulty of 2 because this is the same audience that saw Piccolo fucking obliterate the arena. They're hard to impress, but this did it a little bit.
Wait, remember
And
King
we watched a
Piccolo? What happened
child-
to him?
He blew up the arena, and then I don't know, Goku killed him or something.
Yeah, he lots of stuff through. No, that was earlier. That was the.
Yeah, that was
Piccolo.
the Demon King Piccolo. This is Piccolo Jr.
No one
Yeah,
knows
this-
what happened to current Piccolo.
It's a mystery.
Oh,
Yeah, nobody saw Goku just give him a sensu being like an idiot.
Does no one
Alright.
ever question the watchtower? Like the huge infinite length tower just always in the background?
I mean, it's a sacred tower in a sacred land.
They know it exists and it's kind of a big deal, but not the
Okay.
big-
Nobody climbs it,
So
though.
Everyone just flies up it then.
My advantage is crowd favorite.
right. You have one for use.
All right.
So, while all these are happening, Sancho heads over to his eliminated compatriots, who I don't know how to bring back out of the GM layer. So just
Go to
right
GM
there.
layer,
they're here.
token, or layer tokens, normal layer, token layer, rather.
I'm trying to decide if I want to have anyone try to. Does anyone want to try and overhear this conversation? I'll do it anyways, just so like the others can hear. But all right. Roll sneaky.
Oh, I'm not good at that. How about clever? Can I do
Are
clever
any of us
instead?
good at being
Yeah, clever
sneaky?
will work.
Sneaky's my second best one. It's a 2.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just have the difficulty of 2. I won't have an opposed roll. So you hear the 3 of them. Sancho is just, what were you guys thinking? You knew the rules. You brought swords in. There's like, well, we thought they were part of our bodies. Well, obviously not. We had them forged. You do this. Look, it doesn't matter. We don't need all 3 of us. I'm not doing voices, by the way. We don't need all 3 of us to win. We just need one of us to win. And you're doing okay, right? I guess. So you know that this group of 3 is planning something. So I'll have that be an advantage. What should this be called?
Or is it one of their advantages? Or one of their aspects, I mean.
Diabolical schemers.
Yeah, I will actually have that be an aspect. Let's go with.
Also, I have already forgotten which one is which, name-wise.
Sancho is the finalist. That's fine. That's all you need to know.
They're not clothing names or vegetable names, so.
They're spice names.
Oh. Wait, what's Sancho?
I don't know.
Well, time to check. Wiki will know.
I don't know Nikki either. It's not Ginger is Ginger, obviously.
They're bad spices then. They're the bad spice girls.
They're the Spice
Bad
Boys.
Spice
Yeah.
Spice Boys are a different group.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're the
oh,
second
oh.
group.
Spice Boys are an established thing in Dragon Ball?
Yep.
Yep, they're the second group that follows Garlic and the Garlic Jr. saga.
Oh, okay.
All right, the third guy is Ginger. This is taking too much time. I'm not gonna bother.
Anyway.
So, yeah, I guess you know Nikki's aspect of diabolical schemer. I don't know if I should give you two. I'm gonna give you something you could potentially use in the fight, but that's fine for now. You found out one of their aspects, and you get a free invoke of it. So, Yora, do you want to do anything?
Yes. I see Scooby-Boo melt and move across the room, and I just look at him like, wait a minute.
I look at
large,
at that person and I
weird
blink
and
slowly.
gooey. There's only one creature this could possibly be. Bouillon. But how? He was killed at Muscle Tower. And significantly smaller, I think?
Can I help you?
I'm going to leave the room, and I'm definitely going to get the first failed roll of this, but I'm going to cleverly try to create an advantage by bringing ice packs, because I know that Bouillon is invulnerable to martial arts, but is weak to ice. And I mean, in actual practice, don't know what the heck a Majin is, but I don't know, maybe it'll actually come in useful. That's
Does
a
it?
2.
I don't know
Oh.
anything about Majin, so does ice work against them?
I mean, not specifically,
I don't think so.
but you're
Um,
Scooby Boo, so maybe I'll get you to slip on it and follow the arena. I don't know.
Banana peels.
Should I roll against that?
Scooby snacks.
Yes, actually,
No.
you.
Well,
Well,
I'm trying
I don't
to
know,
create
because
an
the thing is-
advantage by going out. You can roll against it if I actually put it into use in the tournament, but this is just me trying to stuff ice packs into my pants.
It's not a weapon.
Well, I was gonna
It's
say,
a
like,
sword.
the problem is the people opposing this would be like the World Martial Arts Tournament staff. So if anyone should roll, I should roll, but
But it's not a weapon.
I am tempted to put that as a 0. I was like, you could have just brought ice packs in. They're not going to throw you out for having ice packs, but you did the advantage anyway.
Then another official that comes up, unless you're using it as armor. Is armor allowed?
Well, I mean, we've got people wearing different kinds of clothing, and there's all the referees arguing again. There are 2 separate rule books being pulled out.
That's the
And you
3.0
are
edition.
conveniently
We're
forgotten.
using the 3.5 edition now.
Serious question. Did anyone actually wear armor to the World Martial Arts Tournament?
I don't think so.
I mean, like, technically speaking, Gato is made of metal, so maybe?
I think he meant canon.
Oh, cannon.
I guess a weighted training gi doesn't count then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did
Doesn't
Tiny
stop
Vegeta
anything.
wear armor?
All right, well, this is the preliminaries. Everybody got a chance to do something I set up what I needed to set up. So now it's time to move to the bracket.
Woo!
Tiny Vegeta did not wear armor, he just wore blue. Okay.
So the first round is Yamcha versus Scooby-Doo.
That's me!
Second round, 2B versus Kato.
Robot on robot.
Hot.
Third round, speaking of hot, Fan versus Panty.
You said Andy.
It's your character's name.
So fun fact, unrelated, but Ranfan does actually marry a man named Trunks.
Oh,
Not
nice.
the same Trunks.
Not the same Trunks, okay, I was about to ask.
I'm sorry, Toriyama ran out of names.
Apparently
Really?
so.
Fucking fourth round versus. Fourth round is Sancho versus Yora. These are your finalists for the World Martial Arts Tournament fundraiser. We'll have a title worked out. There's like a sign up front that has the title of the tournament and it keeps changing every time somebody says it out loud.
Support us on Kickstarter and check out our Patreon.
Check out
Like
our
and
GoFundMe.
subscribe.
They are really bad at social media stuff.
I mean, if they just got the World Martial Arts announcer on that, it would be great. They really should let him on there.
Be as brave as you can be, a childlike love, a fantasy. The world is a mystery for you and me.
this is Yor reporting in. Passing the preliminaries was easy enough, but I can't get complacent yet. The rest of the finalists thrashed their competition just as easily. Tubi and Panties in particular look really strong, and I certainly can't ignore the fact that Bouillon's back, in the shape of a dog for some reason. Next time on Dragon Ball Gaiden, down to the wire, battle for the 1-star ball. I'll give it my all.